Hello, everybody. Welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. This is our midweek reset with our Self Care Doula, Anna. We look forward to this slow flow yoga practice every week as a way to tap in, reset, and restore for the end of the week and for the impending weekend, which we are always so excited about. Our integrated recovery practices group this Friday is going to be hosted by the one and only Anna, and she is going to lead us in a yoga nidra practice. Now, this is actually one of my favorite types of yoga because it actually is this beautiful journey through your body and this meditation of just the self and getting us into a deep state of relaxation so that it actually feels as though you've almost gotten a 3 to 4 hour deep sleep. It's really magical and restorative. So if you've never done Yoga Nidra, I highly recommend you check that out. We will be meeting anytime between 7 and 7:45. Around that time, we're going to move upstairs to the 3rd floor, thanks to Open Doors. And then on Saturday, we have Lou DeFunk, and he is a local DJ who's native to the city of Weymouth, where we do host our services. So come on down to 63 Washington Street in Weymouth from 12 to 3 and catch the vibe. And if you can't be here in person, you can always download Twitch TV and find us at PCSM Church. Now, we have actually over 300 followers on our Twitch page now, which is a nice affirmation that even if you're mowing your lawn or doing your laundry, you can still be part of the vibe. So definitely do tune into that. And then on Sunday, we have our monthly book club. Dun, dun, dun. We were going to do it on St. Patrick's Day, but I'm really glad that we actually changed it because I forgot there was going to be so much going on St. Patrick's Day, right? So we didn't want to compete with that. So that's going to be this Sunday, and it's going to be a bit of a potluck. So if you have anything that you would like to share, not everybody has to bring something because we might end up with too much food, but, be mindful of, the fact that there might only be about 10 of us here, but bring a little nosh to share, and that's just such a nice little family style thing to do. So
or a little drink to share.
Oh yeah, beverage to share, appetizer, sacrament, whatever, you guys. So then the following Friday will be Anna again, and we'll be diving in more to yoga therapy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what exactly is meant by yoga therapy?
So I'm so excited. As a yoga therapist, applying yoga therapy we're going to have a group yoga therapy session. Yoga therapy is a holistic wellness modality. And basically it is using all of my knowledge to tap into whatever your needs may be. So it really is a whole wellness practice. And it can vary individual by individual. Next Friday, we're really going to explore what yoga therapy is, what to expect at a yoga therapy session, and why it's so important and impactful. On top of that, we're going to have an experience of yoga therapy as a group and explore the relationship to ourselves, which is going to be really, really nice. We're going to move our bodies, do some breath work, and we're also I'll guide you into a meditation, all in the exploration of the relationship to self.
I love that. And I forgot to mention spring has sprung, and it's International Happy Day. So all of these things make us super happy to share with the community because, again, we want to make this very approachable for people. We actually don't even ask for money. We do suggest if you want to donate and you're able to donate, we'll certainly gladly accept the donations, but we do want to make it clear that this is really to share our love and passion and to build community. And it's not always going to be about money, believe it or not, folks. So we're super blessed here to have a really motley crew of DJs and healers who, in my opinion, are all going to save the world. Or at least we're trying, right? So I guess I'll just take my place on the mat and we'll get started because I think that was all the morning announcements or afternoon announcements for today.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna.
Enjoy the practice.
Thank you.
All right, my friends. So today we're going to start a little bit differently. And I'd like you to just find a comfortable seat, whether you're in a chair or sitting down on a mat. And what we're going to explore today is the vagus nerve. What is the vagus nerve? So the vagus nerve has to do with our nervous system, and it's part of our autonomic nervous system. The vagus nerve travels into our brain from the head, can be accessed. So basically, if you follow my fingers, it basically travels in this way into the face, down the neck, and it actually travels down all the way into even the digestive system. So when you are in high stress and you're wondering why you're having indigestion, it could be that the vagus nerve is activating that and communicating the stress to the body. But you can also access the vagus nerve in a way that it empowers you to shift the nervous system from a state of a sympathetic state to the fight, flight, or freeze, fight, flight, or flee state into a relaxed state. So, so we're going to do some massaging today. So we're going to use our hands and access our face and our neck. And it's important that you're comfortable because we're going to be seated just for a little while. And how we'll begin is we'll ground first. So find your comfortable seat, a comfortable placement of your hands. Put your devices on Do Not Disturb so that you can take this time for yourself and self-care so that you can fill your cup and you're able to fill others. So they don't call me the Self Care Doula just for nothing. I'm here to help you and guide you and support you in our safe and sacred space here at the church. So I'm going to invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. And if you're feeling fidgety, just notice and bring the awareness to your breath. Hands can be relaxed on your lap. Noticing how you breathe in. And as we do in all of my classes, inviting you to set an intention for your practice today. Inviting you to take your hands into prayer, or you can layer your hands at the heart. Breathing in your intention. And exhaling what no longer serves. Breathing in your intention. Exhaling what no longer serves to create space for what does serve us. And when you're ready, fluttering your eyes open, releasing the hands. And I'm just going to switch my positions. Again, find your comfortable seat. The vagus nerve. So the vagus nerves travel into the face, where we also have energetic points. So massaging the face, if you've ever done it, if you've ever done gua sha, or just massage your face, or a little temple massage, or even tapping, you notice that you're tapping into these points, but you have so many nerves going into the face that tap into the nervous system, and these movements of tapping these points or accessing the nerve is calming down the nervous system. So what I'm going to show you today, you can do anytime. You can do it before bed. You can do it in the morning. You can set a time for a massage to dedicate for yourself. Like you could even, to ease the glide of the fingers, you can take a little grapeseed oil or jojoba oil or coconut oil, whatever is comfortable for you. And that allows you to just gently add a little more time to your self-care and a little more care into how you're doing this. So again, you can do this anywhere. You can do it at home, in your car. Doesn't matter if you look weird. What's most important is that you are accessing your nervous system for a nervous system shift downward. So you're regulating your nervous system. And this is just one tool, one way to do it. So remember, we have other tools such as accessing our breath. And this is another tool, again, when we are in the state of fight, flight, freeze, or flee, we're really in this high stress place. So to have and use these tools really empowers us to be able to shift our own nervous systems and come to a place of homeostasis, which is always good. It's not bad to go into the sympathetic state, but finding a balance, because that is our nature, right? So we just want to find a place of balance. So where we're going to begin is we're going to use our index fingers and we're going to place them right into the socket bones, like right underneath the socket. So we're going to give ourselves these eye socket massage. So we're going to begin by just creating little circles. And you can take that middle finger and even take it into the corner of the eye and start there with little circles. And what we're doing is we're massaging the muscles in the face so that they can relax and ease the tension, not only in your face and make you look younger, but also to relieve the stress coming in. So little circles and little circles, just very light pressure. So you can take, again, the index finger or middle finger into the corner of the eye and just follow the eye socket. And you're lightly pressuring. And when you come to the brow, coming to the center of the brow, circles in an outward direction and then take it down and massage come back into the corner of the eye or so. So take those two fingers, let's travel on the inside bridge of the nose, take it to the third eye center, and then gently drag those fingers outward and then massage those muscles right in the socket. So take your time here. You can even do little circles or glide the fingers, whatever feels good. And Stan, you can do this with me. It feels so good. So this eases tension. And I can already feel some tension releasing. And then we're going to take the index finger and the middle finger, we're going to go to the temples and massage the temples. So little circles or big circles. And you can take those nice deep breaths as you do this. All right, so we're going to move to a point right outside the nostrils. And we're going to gently massage in a circle. And I'm going to sound really nasally because we're pressing into the nose, but just light circles. Now, I talk about meridian points in the body. Marma points, meridian points, are energetic points that we have in the face. So what else are we doing? So we're stimulating those points and releasing energy in those points too. All right, so we got there, and then I just like to brush a little bit so you can, just because it feels good. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a C shape with our fingers. And this C shape, and then bring that index finger into that first knuckle. So we're going to fold that finger, index finger, and this is what it looks like. Remember the little faces we used to make with our hands? All right, so, and then you have the release of the thumb, right? So we're going to take the knuckle, the index finger knuckle, and we're going to place it right underneath, right at the edge of the socket, the eye socket. And then that thumb is going to come underneath the cheekbone. Okay, so just position. So you can feel the bone right here. So basically you're hugging the bone with the fingers. Take a nice deep breath and gently glide away in opposite directions towards the tops of the ears. You can even do a little massage there. Come back to the point, the starting point, and massage and drag. And you'll notice that the knuckle even goes right underneath the eye and drag, which also helps with puffy eyes. So a little gentle pressure, taking it up and taking it up and taking it up. And I do this about 6 times, and then I move over to the next section of the face. So we're just taking the fingers and gently dragging outwards. This is also called a facelift. Or have you heard of yoga for the face? This is one of the things that I think they show you. But I learned this in just the practice of yoga. So the next thing we're going to do, or radiance yoga, is we're going to take the knuckles, and we're going to start at the center of the chin, and we're going to hug the chin just so the thumbs right underneath the chin and the knuckles at the center of the chin. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a little bit of pressure and drag those fingers lightly on the jawline and drag it up. We're going to come back to center, gently drag the fingers to line up with the jaw and massage it out. So you can, whatever feels good to stimulate, you can move the knuckles to just gently circle. But in the end, you want to gently just drag and stretch out those muscles so that you can let them relax, let the facial muscles relax. All right. So that is for the face, and then we're going to come up to the forehead and the third eye. And I'm going to use my index fingers, and we're going to gently drag the fingers just up the forehead to the hairline and outward. So up and out, up and out, and up and out. Okay, so all of this is interconnected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come behind the ear. Actually, we're going to come to the ears. So take the index finger and the thumbs, grab your earlobes, and gently draw the earlobes down. And massage your ears. So that's also part of the vagus nerve massage. And then you can take the fingers up and massage the cartilage around your ears, and then come down to the lobes and gently drag down. So when you're shifting, let's say the facial massage you can, do before bed, or, if you feel like getting ready in the morning, you can do it. But when you're going from a high stress place, know that you can access your earlobes and gently draw down. Nobody's going to really know what you're doing. You can do this anywhere. And just give yourself that little massage, and that's also going to begin to shift your nervous system. Your index fingers, take them into that little nook in your ear, right below the tragus, and gently support the back of the ear and draw down. So just hold it and bring it down. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. And you can drag the fingers to the lobes and release. And then you can release the hands if it is a little tense on the hands. So now we're going to bring the index finger and the middle finger to the back of the ear. So right behind the ear, we're going to drag the fingers down and follow the shape of the neck muscles out. We're going to put light pressure, massage So, nerves really go in deeply, right? So, but they're layered and within the muscles. So, as we're accessing this movement and taking a nice deep breath in, we are really relaxing the body. And then you can take those fingers to the back of the neck and gently massage downward. So you can completely skip the facial massage and just do the ears and the neck. If you don't have time, or you're short on time, or you're somewhere and you really want to feel a little de-stressed. Then we're going to gently massage and take the hands, put them right where the shoulders and the neck meet, and a gentle squeeze and drag. And then a squeeze to the shoulders. And release your hands. Okay? So the vagus nerve, or polyvagal theory, is all interconnected into the nervous system. So these are things that we have access to and are empowered to do these kinds of things for our well-being, so that we can shift our nervous system, regulate it, and help heal it, really bring it into homeostasis. Because when we are constantly in this high stress state, that's when we invite discomfort into the body. So let's come back to our bodies, come back to our breath, and just notice how you feel. Just noticing how your face feels. You've brought in some circulation into the face, into the neck, some fresh blood flow. You might get a little flush from doing all of that. Just take a moment to notice. All right, let's extend the arms out. Inhale, arms come up. Let the palms touch, bring the palms to heart. Inhale, palms rise. And lower the arms, roll the shoulders. And then gently rolling them forward. And hands on the lap. Let's move our body in a circle to move the energy. And my face feels pretty relaxed right now. And then opposite direction. And then come back to center. Let's take that right ear to the right shoulder. Maybe extending that left arm out to get in a little deeper stretch on the neck and shoulder. And then gently bringing that arm in, come back to center, take the left ear to left shoulder. And then maybe extending that right arm out. And then gently coming back to center. Let's take the chin to chest. And notice how your neck feels when you do this. We carry so much tension in our neck and shoulders. Gently bring the gaze back to center, and let's create little circles with the nose. And opposite direction. And if you need to switch your legs or extend them, you can. Feel free to move it anytime. And then come back to center. All right, so from here, inhale, let's bring those arms up. Exhale, lower. And then we're going to rotate one shoulder after the other. And then we're going to walk those arms back behind us, those hands back. Find a nice placement, palms flat, and press the heart forward, taking the gaze forward or taking it up towards the sky. Pull the navel in. and then take the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the gaze, take it up. You can let your head drop if that feels good, and then take the chin back and walk those hands back, take the gaze back to center. Extend the arms out to a T. On the inhale, palms are going to come together. We're going to round in. And on the exhale, we're going to bring those arms out, reach out, heart presses forward. Inhale, palms together, round in. Exhale, give some space, reach out. You can even take the gaze up if that feels good. So straight ahead gaze or up towards the sky. All up to you. Use your breath to move here. One more cycle. And open. Inhale, palms rise. Tap the hands and lower. All right, let's come to a tabletop position. Stacking those shoulders over the wrist. Hands are nice and wide. Hips stacked over the knees. And let's sway side to side. Side to side, and then gentle circles. Snap, crackle, pop. Take it in the opposite direction when you're ready. And come back to center. Let's walk the hands back, forward, and then we're going to lean forward and gently bring those hips towards the earth and take a little up dog, and then walk the hands back, take a little child's pose. Inhale, lift the hips up, keep the hands where they are, and take a lean forward. Gaze can come up or straight ahead. Shift back to your child's pose. Excuse me. Inhale, shift forward. Get a nice stretch in the front body. Exhale, come back. Child's pose. Walk the hands towards your knees. Inhale, let's rise. Bring the hips up. Arms come up. Exhale, find your cactus. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, float the arms down. Hips come down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the arms down. Hips down one more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, and come to tabletop. Extend that left leg out. Parallel the foot to the mat. And from here, you can take the blocks and rest on the blocks, just so. Or you can come down to the mat, or just stay nice and lifted and find that abductor stretch. Whew. Yeah, a lot of tension in that inner groin area. And find your stretch. So finding your stretch just means micro movements of shifting, and then find where you feel you're going to need that stretch. So option here to come down and shift the hips back. Going in a little deeper. Adjust where it feels uncomfortable, just to move. And gently shift forward, bring those hands underneath the shoulders and switch sides. If that feels uncomfortable on the knees, take some cushion, maybe roll the mat over so you have a little extra cushion. And then again, We're going to parallel that right foot. So that changes the stretch too. So if you have your foot out this way, notice how that's going to change the stretch as you shift back and begin to lower. Again, maybe swaying back and forth. You know, my stretch may look different than yours, and that's okay because our bodies are different. So everyone's stretch is going to look a little different, feel slightly different, and that's what makes this practice accessible, because we're all accessing a similar movement in a different way. You could do this differently in a chair as well. And then let's bring those hands underneath the shoulders and bring that leg back. All right, from here, let's walk those hands forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Shift back, going into a puppy pose. Melt the heart towards the mat. Nice deep breath in and out. Melt in. Option here to tent the fingers if that feels good. And reach those hips back. It's a different feel in the back when you tent the fingers and you reach those wrists forward and shift those hips back. All right, so hands come flat, walk them back to your tabletop. Let's curl the toes under, find our Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. So let's curl the toes under. Use your upper body strength here to lift the knees, lift the hips, and take your down. And you can walk your dog. I'm just going to scoop myself up a little bit. Lifting one heel after the other. Nice deep breaths. Pressing the heart towards the thighs. Gazing between the ankles, and heels do not have to touch the mat. On the next breath, lift the heels, bend the knees, take a hover, pull the navel in. Gently press to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, take a hover, or you can bring the knees all the way down, all up to you. Press to downward facing dog, and then switch the gaze, lift the heels, bend the knees, and walk your feet to meet your hands. Come to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Let yourself feel heavy, ragdoll here. You can just let the arms dangle, release the fingers, roll the shoulders, or gentle movement of the shoulders as you gently sway the body. If it feels good to wrap your arms around your legs, behind your legs, you can do that too. Nice deep breath in and out. Bend the knees as much as it feels good to you. And release the hands if you've taken that bind. Hands on the shins. Let's lengthen through the crown. Half lift. Nice deep breath in as we reach all the way back up. Let the palms touch and palms come to heart. So take a moment here to just notice where you are. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes and take note of how your body feels. Take note of how your emotions feel. Nice deep breath in, reach up, reach back. If you want to take a little back bend and forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant those palms, step back with both feet, bring the knees down. Take a little child's pose. And then shift forward, come all the way down, tuck the elbows down, coming all the way to our bellies. Hands underneath the shoulder. Now, option, you can take the feet wide if you want to release some pressure in the low back, or you can zip up the legs. Inhale, tuck those elbows close to the body, press all 10 toes in. Lift the heart, slide the heart forward, shoulders back, and lower. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Tuck the elbows close to the body. This time I'm going to do a wider stance with my feet. Inhale, press all 10 toes in. Lift the heart, lift the chest, slide the heart forward. And exhale over. Adjust your feet. Inhale, gently pressing yourself back up into a modified plank. And then from here, gently pressing up to plank and down dog. Inhale, shift forward, take your plank or modified plank. Drop the knees down, come back to table, adjust the hands. And let's extend that right leg out, toes point down, left arm reaches. From here, gently extend in opposite directions. And then bring everything back to table, shift side to side. Extend that right leg out again, bend the knee, open up to the right side and stack that hip. You can even take a peek back over the shoulder if that feels good. And then bring your gaze back to center and circle the hip. Take it in the opposite direction. And then extend that leg long again. And then bring it back. Shift side to side. Readjust. Extend that left leg long, toes point down. Extend that right arm lengthen. Inhale, draw that right arm back, bend the knee, open up to the left side, stacking that left hip over the right. You can even take a peek back over your shoulder. And then bring yourself back to center and circle the hip. Opposite direction. And then extend that leg long just to reach length and bring it back to table, shift side to side. Inhale, curl the toes under, lift up, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels high, bend the knees, hover, and come all the way down, knees down. Take the hips back, child's pose. And then gently come back to your tabletop. Inhale, we're going to thread the needle and flow. Lift that right arm up. Flow it through underneath that left arm. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, weave it through. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. And then this time, right shoulder comes down, weaving underneath and gently taking your shoulder stretch. You can extend that left arm long. So lots of options here depending on your practice. You can stay right here. And then again, micro movements to notice how you're feeling and where you feel the stretch. You can take that left arm behind your back and take a bind if that is in your practice, where you want to open up the front of the left shoulder. Or if it's in your practice, you can take a balancing pose. If you're going to do that, that left hand comes back to support your balance right in front of your face or so, and then lift that left leg up. You can twirl the ankle if you like. That feels good. And it's not how high you go.
It's just the feel, what your body feels, what feels good to you. Bring that leg back. And that hand is already there if you've taken that balance, or bring that left hand back to gently lift your body up. Let's reach back up and lower that hand down. Find your tabletop again, realign. Left side, inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, flow it through. On the third one, we'll drop that left shoulder. Inhale, weave it through. And inhale, reach up again. Exhale, weave it through, and we drop that left shoulder down, left temple. Right arm extends forward. Find your stretch. Nice deep breaths. Again, you can take that right arm behind you and take the bind. And that's just stretching the front of the right shoulder. Or you can release that and take your balance. Right leg's gonna lift. And twirl that ankle. Or find your stillness. Leg comes back. From here, gently lifting back up or release the bind. Hand comes back to support your lift. Inhale, left arm's going to rise up. You're going to follow that palm, come back to your tabletop. Curl the toes under. Inhale, find your down dog. Inhale, lift the heels higher than the knees. Switch the gaze between the hands and walk your feet to meet your hands. Top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen. Pull the navel in, hollow the abdomen. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch, palms come to heart, tone the legs, lift the quads. Pull the navel in, shoulders back. Inhale, palms together, stretch up. Nice deep breath in and take that arch over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take it to the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Separate the hands, sit in your chair. Shift the weight to the heels. Pull the navel in, stay nice and lifted. Sit a little lower, use your breath in and out the nose. Now arms can stay high, that's going to raise your heart rate. If your shoulders or arms are uncomfortable, you can lower your hands, place them in front of you, or take the hands to heart. All up to you and how you're feeling. Nice deep breath in, and let's take our forward fold. On the next breath, hands on the shins, lengthen, half lift. Exhale, take those palms down, step back with both feet. Find your plank or modified plank, and tuck the elbows, come all the way down. Press all 10 toes in, find your cobra, tuck the elbows as you lift the heart. Nice deep breath in, maybe another lift and lower. Curl the toes under, gently lift to a modified plank or full plank. All right, so we're gonna pivot here. We're gonna pivot the heels to the right side. You can lower that right knee if you wanna support your side plank, or from plank, pivoting to the heels to the right and open up to the left side. So you can scissor the feet, you can stack the feet. I just have to adjust. Lift those hips high. You can even, if you want to take it there, scissor the feet or stack and lift find your balance and lift. And then come back to plank. All right, other side. Pivot. Find your scissors, stack, or lift and open to the right side and open. And then gently come back when you're ready. Lower the knees. Mini child's pose. Shift forward, drop down, take your cobra, inhale, lift the heart, tuck the elbows. Lower down. Inhale, lift, modified plank or full plank. Find your down dog. And then walk your feet to meet the hands. Top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen. Root to rise, come all the way up. Notice your heart. Palms touch. Palms come to heart. So that's what's always fun about these recordings. Nothing's edited.
Finally warm, yeah.
Real time. Yeah, it's warm. So this is definitely a warming practice. Inhale. We're going to come into our second set chair. Remember, arms are up to you. And feet. You can do it together or separate them. Shift them to hip distance apart. Separate the hands and find your chair. Shift the weight to the heels. Pull the navel in. Stay nice and lifted. Sit lower. Breathe through the nose. In and out. Again, arms can come forward or can come to heart. Use your breath here. Your mind is going to speak. Calm it down through your breath. Maybe sit a little lower, shift the weight back, lift the heart, and forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen. Exhale, plant those palms, step back with both feet, lower the knees, shift the hips back, walk the hands back, hips on the heels. All right. So from here, we're going to shift the hips to one side, and we're going to swing the legs around. Bring yourself to the center of the mat, and we're going to take a little twist. So there are several ways we can do this. You can do a twist with a leg extended and crossing that right leg over. And you can squeeze or hug that knee in, and here's your twist. Or hug it to the left side. So it all depends. Like if you want to hug it to the left, if you want to hug it to the right, it's really all about what you want to feel. Flex that foot. Another way to do this is to bring that left heel to the right buttocks. That right heel is just outside that left knee. That right arm's going to come up and behind you to support your back. To press the heart forward and inhale that left arm up and over, and you're going to come across and take your twist. So option 2, bend that elbow, take a mudra, or take that hand all the way down and take your twist. One more breath and slowly unwind and switch sides. So again, I'm going to extend my right, cross my left over my right, and squeeze in with that right arm. You can support this twist by taking that left arm behind you, flex that right foot. Again, if it feels good to hug the leg the other way as well, you can explore that, or even float from one side to the other. And then we're going to do it the other way. Whichever way you decide, just be sure that you unwind slowly. So I'm going to take that right leg, bend the knee, and take the heel to the outside of my left buttock. That left heel is going to come to the outside of my right knee. I'm going to inhale my left arm up to rotate that shoulder and bring that palm behind me. Then I'm going to inhale that right arm up to get some length and come over to that left side. Take your twist. So option here to again take the mudra and bend your elbow and take your twist. Or you can take that hand all the way down and take your twist this way. Breathing normally and unwind. That left foot is going to unwind. Right foot unwinds. Arms beside you, behind you, windshield wiper. So bend your knees. Take them side to side. So notice if you take that full twist with both legs bent, that's also going to raise your heart rate. All right. Let's scoot forward. Just the mat. Let's take our boat pose. Feet about hip distance apart. Heart forward, arms forward. Lean back. Play with the tap. When you're ready, lift. Breathe. Pull the navel in. And it's okay to keep the feet down and just lift a little high, or just keep the toes on the mat. If you want to extend and get into an extension, here we go. Then bring the knees, the legs back parallel, and lower. From here, take the soles of the feet, Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Walk towards the heels. Maybe take a bind, or just open up the feet, all up to you. Inhale, press the heart forward. Take a breath here. Maybe flutter your wings, your legs. On the next breath, nice deep breath in, lengthen through the crown, and take your forward fold. Maybe the elbows press the legs away, or they come in front of the shin. Keep that length through the spine and hinge. Inhale, come back up. Release the legs. All right, from here, let's take a bridge pose. So we're going to come all the way down. Let's take our knees to chest first. Maybe a rock side to side. So you can hug your knees in, rock side to side. You can even take your hands to the tops of the knees in these circles. Remember to do both sides. And then float the feet back down to the earth. And we're going to take our bridge. So walk those feet towards the buttocks. Let those fingers graze the heels. On the next breath, lift those hips up. Chest travels towards the chin. Option here to take a bind, interlacing the fingers underneath the body. Nice deep breath in, and lower, release the bind. Bring it all back down. Squeeze the knees in. Full body stretch. And bend the knees again, setting up one more time. Nice deep breath in, lift the hips, let the chest travel towards the chin, and lower. Knees to chest, full body stretch. Any final movements you would like to make, You can make them move your body any way you feel like moving it to find your final resting pose, Shavasana. Notice your breath. Make any adjustments you need to make to allow your body to feel comfortable. You can tuck your shoulders underneath your body with your palms up. Letting the body fully melt into your mat. You can stay right there where you are for as long as you'd like, or you can roll over to the right side. I'm gently going to press back up to seated so that we can feel class together. Stay there and I will cue you. There's still a couple minutes left. Letting the body fully come to a relaxing sensation from the heels all the way up towards the back of your head. And letting go. Resetting for the rest of the week. Take these sensations with you anywhere. Remember that you can access your body and access these sensations because you know how. And remember, every now and again, take a moment to pause and take a deep breath. Take note of where you are at that moment. Let's begin to bring gentle movement back. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Gently rolling over to your right side. Take a pause. And then gently pressing yourself back up to seated and meeting me with our hands at the heart center so we can close class together today. Please join me in bringing our prayer hands to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, to our lips to speak kind words, and back down to our hearts as a reminder to live life fully with love, joy, inner strength, lots of courage, and lots of grace. May our thoughts, words, and actions always be heart-led and divinely guided from my heart to yours and from our special church. Namaste. See you next week.